I watched a bunch of interviews about Kumu, and I'm curious if, for our non-Filipino audience here, what is Kumu, and how come there isn't maybe like an equivalent of that in the U.S.?
I think there is. So Kumu is short for kumusta, which is hello. And so we are the Philippines number one live stream app in in the world. In the world,
Wow.
I think we're close to like 15, 16 million downloads.
Wow.
I'm not sure what our MAU is anymore, but it's really just a live stream app. You see them in the States also. I think I don't even know the ones in the States, but it's like TikTok. I'll put it
Yeah.
like that. It's like TikTok. So um, before, actually, TikTok was one of our early investors, but before TikTok was there. Actually, you've been on TikTok, so like people are there and they're gifting. They receive little flying animations, and that's equivalent to money. And so that's what Kumu is, and we really skyrocketed during the pandemic, obviously,
Yeah.
because everyone was stuck at home and everyone was lonely, and Filipinos are very chatty people, and so it was just a perfect way for people to communicate, and it's live, right? So there's no filters and there's no editing, and it was really just a way for people like to sit at home, or someone who's in like the deep jungles of the Philippines, to reach out and find someone who's in the concrete streets in Chicago, but they're both the same age and they're both going through the same issues, but just in different places. So it was a really cool way for people to connect, and Filipinos abroad to when they opened up the app, they would be reminded of home. So it was
Right.
a window into coming home. So like a lot of the animations were jeepneys or Filipino food. So it was really just like a nice place for people to go. And we always say that we create authentic connections, and that's what it is, because you can let's say YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you can have thousands of people watching, but it's just one way conversation.
Yeah.
But on Kumu, maybe there's 10 people watching, 20 people, maybe the max you get 1,000. We've had people at 17,000, but like the smaller the groups were actually better, because you know them and you can see them. You see them enter the room, right? And like when let's say, oh, Kevin's here. Oh, how was your day the other day? Oh, you finally got a haircut. Yeah, you did, right? And so like it was this two-way conversation, and then you got to know these people, and then the person on stage got to know them as well, and then they would support, they would gift,
Yeah.
and they're buying houses. We had, I think, 10,000 people. That was their number one job. Their only
Wow.
job was to be on
Wow.
Kumu. Yeah, and so I think at that time, and we had a lot of like celebrities on Kumu, a lot, because everything was shut down, right? They
Yeah.
lost all their money. I wouldn't say lots of money; they just weren't working. And so, like, I think we saved the theater business here,
There
because
you
we
go.
also put on crazy shows, and most of the people that work at Kumu came from as an audience member. Like they started on Kumu and then
That's
they
cool.
actually ended up working with Kumu. But it was great to see all of that happen. And we went, we hit Series A. We had $100 million, hundred
Awesome.
million
Wow.
dollars, and like
Crazy.
we didn't even spend it. They were like, "Can you guys spend it?" And we spent it, because after the pandemic,
Yeah.
things normalized. I wouldn't say they were like this anymore. They're kind of like this. Like we're still growing, and we still growing today, but um, it's just different. Everyone took a hit. Everyone took a hit. So with
Yeah.
that said, I'm going to go. What I want to do is I want to have a really big event with maybe like 10, 12,000 people. And I want COVID, and I'm just going to cough on everybody and just bring it back.
Bring it
Like
back.
if I
Whatever it
have to
takes.
go to China and like fucking eat bats and shit, I'll do it, and just like kickstart this pandemic. Like, let's get it going. Let's get it
Yeah.
going. And
You
then
got
we'll
to hang
sell
out in
food.
hospitals, airplanes. You got to just really surround
Get
yourself.
Yeah.
another 100 mil. Do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna sell high. Sell high. Like I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that pump going, right?